Hello, here I am in Abisko. Abisko is a small village in the north of Sweden into the Arctic Circle, and I'm here because there is a research station who is part of the Interact network. So let's go to the station, but first I have to buy something because it's cold. And here we are in Abisko Scientific Research Station. I'm here to meet Margareta Göransson, the Interact coordinator. And by the way, I have a brand new orange jacket. Hello, I'm Giorgio.
Hi Giorgio, nice to meet you. My name is Margareta Göransson. I'm the coordinator of Interact. I have the great pleasure to lead this network.
So Abisko, this place is an important station, right? Why is it so important?
Because it has been running for more than 100 years. So we have more than 100 years of environmental data.
Okay.
If you want to know what's going on today with climate change and things like that, you need to look backwards to see what has happened before and what is the difference between what happens now compared to what has happened in the past. So having continuous environmental data for more than 100 years it's a gold mine.
And comparing the past with the present, you can predict the future?
Exactly, and that is what we need. We need to be prepared for what's going to happen.
Of course. And Abisko is a part of the Arctic network called Interact, right?
Yes.
And you are in Interact from the very beginning of this network. You are the boss in Interact.
Ta-da!
Is that true?
On paper, yes.
You created it with Terry Callaghan.
I was assisting him. Terry is the brain.
Even when I was a coordinator, it was Margareta who did all the administration because she was so efficient at that. But as well as that, she's a scientist too, so she has a lot of knowledge about permafrost, so contributes very importantly in a scientific way as well as a coordination way.
In Interact, I'm a little bit like a spider in the web. I'm trying to sort of keep everything together, making sure that all the components of Interact is running, making sure that everyone knows what's going on.
Megan, where do you work here in Abisko?
On a mire, I'm studying permafrost.
Okay, and can you show me that place?
Would you like to go to the field?
Yes, I'd love to see it.
Oh, that would be very nice. Then I can show you in real life.
Okay.
Should we get going?
Now?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Is that okay?
I will follow you. So, Megan, now we are in your mire, right?
I used to call it my mire, but of course it's not really my mire. It's owned by the government, but I'm actually renting it to do some experiments.
And talking about your story in Interact.
Yes.
How did you meet with Terry and how many years ago?
21 years ago.
21?
Yes.
Oh.
I did my master's in glaciology long time ago and got a job at Taffala Research Station. And then I got another half-time job at the Abisko Scientific Research Station, which I had never visited. And that was how I was introduced to Interact.
One of my best things I did was I achieved was to include Margareta in the Interact process and to convince her that she should take over from me when I got too old.
So, Megan, who are your closest collaborators?
I'm working together with two people in the coordination team. One is Katarina, and the other one is Luisella.
Oh.
I'm Katarina Beckman and I'm taking care of the Interact Secretariat. I take care of the internal and external communication, social media, the website.
I'm Luisella Bianco and I monitor the budget of the project and the reporting to the European Commission.
In what consists your job?
herding cats. Basically, we have got a lot of money from EU, which is fantastic. But then we have to make sure that we are delivering what we have actually promised to do. But then in addition to that, I also have the privilege to talk about Interact a lot to the general public, to policymakers, etc. I need to make everything simple so I understand it, and if I make it simple, then hopefully I can also talk about it in a simple way so that anyone can understand it.
Even me?
I am convinced. We have 89 research stations in the network from 16 countries, hosting more than 25,000 scientists every year.
And you have to deal with so many people in different places from different countries. Is it difficult to manage? Because it sounds difficult.
We have had the luxury of working together for so many years, and because many of us have been working together almost 20 years, then of course you build a relationship, and then it's not really difficult to work with people. I think Interact is unique because it is this group of friends working together.
So can you explain me something about permafrost? Because you are a permafrost expert, right?
A permafrost scientist, at least.
Scientist, yeah.
Permafrost is something that, it can be any material, so it can be like here, it's peat, but it can also be soil and bedrock, but it should be frozen for at least 2 years in a row. So if a material is frozen for 2 years in a row, it's called permafrost.
Why did you choose to study permafrost? It's quite unusual.
Yeah, why should we care? I fully agree with you.
Well, let's go away.
Yes.
Let's go to the sea.
Should we have a look, maybe?
Yes, maybe. You can show me how to work with permafrost?
I would be delighted.
Oh, me too. So let's go.
Yes, let's go.
The ground is soft here.
It is nice and soft, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Don't destroy it.
So what we are going to do with the sticks?
Yes, so this very highly sophisticated equipment,
I see.
a metal rod.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. We will actually put this in the ground,
Yeah.
and then we will see where the surface of the permafrost is.
Okay.
Yeah. Should I show you?
Yes, please.
Okay. Then you can look at the professional doing it.
Oh, yes, of course.
And this and then it was just. Oh, please go ahead and try.
Oh. Okay.
Well done. And then what we can do is just sort of turn it around, and then you have some grading
numbers.
here. Numbers.
Yeah.
63 centimeters. The upper part on top of permafrost, it thaws every year.
Okay.
And by measuring that every year, then we know if it's sort of increasing, if it's getting bigger, or if it's shrinking. Because it's getting warmer in the area, it's supposed to get thicker, and it has become thicker as well.
Now that we discovered that the ground is 65 centimeters, what does it mean? Why is it so important to know that?
So in normal cases, when, for example, leaves, etc., they fall to the ground, then they decompose. But here it's not decomposed. So it's just stored. You put it's like a big freezer, literally. You just put things in it. But then, of course, when it starts to thaw, this all leaves and other things get available for decomposition. And then it can be emitted as greenhouse gases.
Okay.
And so this we call carbon. And there is twice as much carbon stored in permafrost areas compared to what we have in the atmosphere today.
It's a lot.
Yes, it is a lot.
So it's dangerous.
Dangerous is a strong word, isn't it? But it can have an impact. Everyone actually should care about what happens in the Arctic, is because what happens in the Arctic doesn't stay in the Arctic. Giorgio, I'm so delighted that you like my work.
Yes, may I do this here?
Giorgio, may I just ask you, sorry, can I just ask you, who sent you?
Oh, Terry sent me.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
And
please continue.
here. Oh, I see that almost broken your arrow, but it was funny.
It was funny,
Yeah.
and we can fix that for sure. It's not a problem.
Okay, thank you. But I have one more question for you.
Yeah?
You represent the president of Interact
Yes.
and of the scientific research in the Arctic, right?
Yes.
Based on your experience, what awaits for us in the future?
Changes.
Changes?
Changes. Many changes.
Yeah.
There will be new opportunities and there will be challenges. If you look at the both piles, if you put them all together in two piles, I would guess that the pile with challenges will be bigger than the pile with the opportunities. But if we are trying to gather as much information as possible about what's going on in the Arctic, then we will have a better opportunity to adapt to the future changes. I think unlike the old generation, the young generation, is really paying attention to what's going on in the Arctic. I would argue that we have more challenges to reach the older generation than the younger generation, because they are doing a good job.